Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'm just going to be continuing this series. There has been a lot of great engagement on the last video that I just posted yesterday. So hoping people enjoy the series because I'm also having a lot of fun. So yeah, let's just get right into the first game. I need to get sound now. So I'm gonna play, yeah, against the London. Okay, so yeah, this is probably the best way to set up the pieces. I mean, maybe yeah, I'll play e6 here. Yeah, either with this setup or without including c3 to play knight d2 first. I think playing c3 early on is more of a way to more of a, let's say, less modern way to play. So yeah, most people don't include c3 in this position, I think. Yeah, okay, so I can take, and if they take with the c pawn, then I can play maybe knight b4, rook c1, or I can just bring a rook to c8 now. Yeah, I'm gonna do this in anticipation of c takes, and then if c takes, then I'm gonna play knight b4 possibly. Yeah, I could also play bishop a3 here actually. Similar to the game yesterday, I'm just taking control of the c1 square. I also have knight b4 here as a possible move. Yeah, I can play knight b4 in this position actually. Of course, white can take on f5 here, but I think I'm gonna get in either. I can maybe give a check in between, because now rook c1 is not possible, and yeah, okay, so this is not looking too good for white because I have bishop c2. Next, maybe I can play bishop d3 or like knight d3, and the rooks are gonna be trapped here, I think. I can also just play knight f6, simple move, but I'll start up with knight d3, I guess, just first off trapping the queen, so taking is necessary. And now the rook is being trapped here. So I can also like just increase the pressure with either rook c2 or play bishop b2 next. Actually, bishop b2 probably just wins more material, but let's see, what can I do here? I want to play rook c2 in this position, I think. But maybe the idea of white is just to play rook f2. So I do need to be wary about that. I think that maybe just taking the piece here is possible, but I think that my position is just so dominant, I don't want to give up anything here. So I could play h6 in this position, I guess. Or play knight f6, just quite solid here. And against rook f2, maybe I can even play like bishop e2 or rook c2. It's gonna be very hard for white to move here. Okay, so that's a possible move, but I think I have a knight h5 move here. Yeah, so now I'm forking the bishop and the queen here. So I will be winning this bishop, and I can maybe just take on f1 safely next. If they take on g7, I guess. Okay, so this one I'm just gonna safely take on f1. I'm gonna castle. I still have massive control over the c file. I can play rook c2 and bishop e4 in conjunction with each other. And there's never an e4 move here because of the weak d4 pawn. So I can start out with rook c2 perhaps. And I think this is completely winning here. Next, I'm just gonna bring my other rook to c8 or start out with defending my pieces. I can even take on a2 here, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and okay, so the idea is obviously to go for f5 and try to attack, but I think I am maybe faster here. Can play g6 in this position or just king h8, because f5 is going to come and knight takes f5, so maybe I'm just going to play king h8. So in anticipation of f5, I can take, or I can just play queen takes b3 here. Or I'll take and then go queen g6, I guess, which is very solid. Yeah, okay, so now I can play something like bishop e4. I had actually checkmate in 1, which I completely missed, but okay. That wasn't very good of me, but yeah, I was completely blindsided there. Try to play positionally, but yeah, that wasn't great. So I'll play queen c2 here. I'm still completely winning here because of the threats on the position. Like rook b2, just winning the knight also is possible. Okay, so I think I'll play rook g8 here. And like rook b2 here, just winning the knight. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't... I'm not very happy with that game because I missed just one chance to end the game on the spot, but alright, I guess we're still winning, so I shouldn't complain too much. I'll take this guy. I'll take on b3. Oh, there's a mating threat, so I do need to be careful. There's a check here, actually. Oh, there might be perpetual, actually. Am I? Oh my god, I blundered perpetual, which is very, very bad. Can't believe I blundered a perpetual here. Okay. Yeah, that was very, very poor. I guess, yeah, I don't deserve to win this game, so... Yeah, I completely missed mate in 1 also, so... Yeah, that was very, very poor. Okay, guess we just jump it right into the next game. Yeah, I apologize for everyone watching that. That wasn't very good. Okay, so we get the first knight off of the series, and I like this bishop e2 move. I'm preparing a very aggressive setup here with knight d5. And knight d7 seems to be like one of the only moves, I think. Because I am threatening bishop e6 in this position. So knight takes e4 just doesn't work because of bishop e6. And knight c7 is going to come, and I think I'm going to win a whole rook. So that's also, I think, maybe a mouse slip. Okay, I'll allow the take back here, because I think I'm still completely winning here with knight c7. I'm taking on a8. And I don't think there's any counterplay here. Okay, so I can play knight c7 here, just freeing, yeah, just escaping here. I can play knight d5, threatening to exchange more pieces. And I can just simply castle. Completely winning position. Okay, so I can take that obviously, but do I want to? I'm considering f4, but I don't really want to open up the position. So maybe I can take it. Or go bishop f3, h4, or knight e3, or bishop e3 is also reasonable. Yeah, I can go bishop e3 here and just exchange pieces off. I can also try to open up the f-file perhaps. Okay, so this one I can play, maybe I can play f3 here, or f4, or bishop d3. I guess I will play bishop d3 and h3, g3 seems to be okay. Okay, so I can take on e4 here. Takes, but that seems a bit dangerous for my liking, so I'll play g3. And next move, I will perhaps take on e4, or I will just try my best to open up the f-file. And as long as the queen doesn't like enter my light squares, I should be completely fine. So I'm not too worried about that. The queen is way too far out of action. Okay, so this one looks like a blunder, I think. I can take on e4, but... Okay, I'll take on e4 first, and after bishop takes, I'll take on d4. I'll take on d4 here, and maybe taking is necessary. Okay, otherwise I'm just gonna win the bishop, right? Yeah, I'll take this guy. And I can take this pawn as well, I think. As long as I don't blunder anything, like queen f5, then I'll play bishop f4, g5, I'll take on d6 with check. And yeah, as long as I don't allow queen f3. g5, I can also take the rook actually. Okay, so I can play rook ad1. I'm gonna win the d6 pawn here with check with the queen. So this seems to be quite clinical. First off I can take here. Okay, I can take on d5 and just be up a whole rook, but I think I can take on d6 first, king g8, then I can take on d5. And there is no queen f3 because my queen on d5 is covering the f3 square. So I will do this. And I think this is just game over. Yeah, the rook is also hanging on h4, so I'm completely winning here. And take on g5 here and win the rook cleanly. King h8, bishop e5 also leads to mate, I think. Okay, so I can play bishop e5, but I'll just take the rook for free. Yep, bishop e7, queen f5, and then rook d6. This one is also just me. Oh, be careful. Almost. I'll just play it safe and take on h3. I'm sure a few people are like almost had a heart attack there. Because I almost did. I can also play rook d6 here. I mean, it's all just game over. Almost. Okay, GG's. Yeah, I'm not playing amazing today, so yeah, let's just play my normal stuff here. Bishop c4 I think is the bold attack or something like that. Okay, and we will transpose to a Sozin variation. And I've discussed this queen b6 move. I believe in my analysis, so let's see what white goes for here. Knight b3 is the main move. And good players will normally play bishop f4, but bishop e3 doesn't do a lot because my queen wants to land on c7 anyways. And knight b5 also is a pretty weak move, I have to say. Because it allows... Okay, first off I can take the e4 pawn. With the tempo on the bishop, but even besides that, the knight on b5 is quite misplaced because I want to play a6 b5 anyways, and the knight on b5 isn't really useful in that regard. Okay, so here I can play just like knight f6. Yeah, and I am threatening like maybe knight 64 and e5. So this is logical. I guess next I'll play bishop e7 and perhaps play e5 and castles. Yeah. Okay, so queen f3 attacking the c6 pawn. I can play bishop d7 or bishop b7, but I think that if I play bishop b7, there may be some knight a5 moves. So I think I will play bishop d7 to so that knight a5 I can respond with queen c7, and I don't think I have any problems there. Okay, I will play bishop e7 next, or I can play a5 actually. No, I think I'll play bishop e7 first because in anticipation of rook he1, I think I need to start defending real quick. Queen c7 defending c6. And I'm also threatening e5 here. Okay, so they evaded that threat, but I still have e5, but they have knight f5, so I guess I'll just castle here. I can play c5 in this position. c5 with knight b3, then I play a5, a4. So I think I will do that. And there does not seem to be enough firepower here for a sack. So I guess knight b3 is probably forced, and then I'll play a5, a4. Okay, but that move I'm not too concerned about, because I have maybe just a5, or I can play rook b8 as well. Yeah, rook a b8, and if bishop takes a6, I have queen b6 with a double attack. Yeah, an important thing to note is that I'm still up a pawn, so even if my attack doesn't go well, then materially I'm just winning here. So a5, a4 is a common plan to pry open the position. I think I will still sack a pawn here, the a4, but let me just double check. I also have bishop c6 in this position. a4 takes queen a5. Yeah, it's not so clear, so I think that is still the right move though. Also, I will sack the pawn here. After b takes a, I'll play queen a5, giving up another pawn, but I will win back the a4 pawn. And with the king so exposed, I think that this should be close to winning. So I can play c4 in this position. Yeah, I will just give up the pawn because I want to win this pawn and open up the a file as well. So bishop takes a4. Okay, so bishop e3 is an attempt to restore the pawn structure. But I can take, I think, and I can bring the rook to c8 with pressure on the c3 knight. I also have pressure on b3. So here I can play maybe queen a2, threatening queen takes c2 mate, and also threatening rook takes b3. So I will do this move, and I think there's a double threat here with the queen on f3 and the knight on b1, so this is also game over. Yeah, okay, so this is a very nice game actually. Maybe I messed it up at some point, I'm not sure, but overall, subjectively, from my evaluation, it seems to be a very smooth game from start to finish. So, yeah, okay, nice game there. GG's. I think we're at 2290, so almost to 2300. I think I'll play 2 more games here, so e4, d5, okay, Scandinavian, let's see what... Okay, so this one I know. This is, I think, something Jonathan Schrantz discussed, right? Yeah, I forgot what the best move here is, but perhaps knight c3. Yeah, I'll just play it calmly here. Yeah, I think this is like, okay. I don't think that's a particularly good move because it opens up the diagonal, so I can maybe play bishop c4 here. And in some positions I can threaten bishop takes g8, and okay, that's not gonna happen. So knight f3, and if e4 I have knight g5, I think. So I will castle now, and I think I'm just up a pawn here for a little compensation. Yeah, there's also no castling here, which is very nice. So I can play maybe d4 or d3. Play d3 to prevent any e4 pushes. Yeah, and this looks like a very good position here. If I don't mess it up. Play rook e1 here, just apply some pressure. Perhaps I can play bishop g5, or yeah, I'll play bishop g5 here, threatening some stuff. Okay, I can take and play knight b. Okay. I also have an interesting move here. But maybe it's best just to... No, I'll just start the attack here with b4. I can also take here and then play knight d5. Yeah, okay, so this is like very, very good, but I think I still need to convert this. If e4 I need to take, but I'm still not afraid of the what's coming here. So that also I'm not too afraid of. First off, I can take on d4. It opens up the bishop, but I can play like h3, then f4, queen f3. And that seems to be like completely fine. So I think I will do that. I'll play h3 to defend the h2 pawn. And then next I'll play queen f3. And especially here when there's no g pawn that can like try to attack me and move forward, then I think I'm completely fine here. Yeah. This looks very close to winning. Yeah, it's like this seems maybe dangerous at first glance, but I think it's important to recognize whether your opponent has any threats or not, actually, like objectively. Here I can play knight takes f6, and then bishop g4 I can take. Yeah, okay, so they don't go for that. I can play bishop e6 maybe, just trading off the pieces. And I think that will reduce some of the attackers. Even though I'm not particularly afraid of it, I just think that it's a useful move to include. I can play knight d5 here as well. So I'll play this move. And if they take on c2, then I have... it looks very dangerous to open up the c file. So I will do this. Perhaps play rook e1. I have knight e7 maybe. That looks like a fork. Yeah, and if they take on e7, then I have a threat of checkmate on b7, so this is also winning. Yep. I can take just here, then play king h2, and this is completely winning for me. Yeah, okay, thank you for the game. Okay, that was a very nice game to show how to neutralize White's attack there. 26 moves. Here, yeah, I kind of don't know what to do in this position, but I just played it naturally. Bishop c4 is a useful move. All I need to be certain of is that, okay, bishop c4 doesn't seem to be the best, but yeah, maybe just taking the pawn is best objectively, but obviously I don't want to do that, just from a human perspective. I just want to make sure that these tactics of like bishop f2, king f2, and queen d4 are not real. So in this position, I'll probably play something like d3 and stepping out of any queen d4 or like bishop takes f2 threats. And as long as I'm aware of those threats, I should be completely fine here. Now 3 knight c6, castles here, and then d3. Yeah, rook e1 is possible here. Yeah, I guess rook e1 is possible. It's probably objectively best here, and then d4. Yeah, but this is still like very similar to what happened in the game actually. So rook e1, bishop b5 is less... Okay, yeah, knight b5 here is also a nice move. Yeah, actually knight b5, queen b8, and then playing knight takes e5 here I think is just winning with f4 or like bishop f4. Yeah, this also looks very nice. But overall, yeah, that attack was nothing, so don't be afraid of like ghosts here. Yeah, I should have taken on f6 and played knight d5 I think. Queen b8 and taking on f6. But I thought that including a3 and b4 may be useful, but it doesn't seem to be. So that's nice to know. I think I'll go for one last game. Okay, an FM. Nice. Okay, never mind. Yeah, aborted. Okay, the next game against a 2300. I'll play my main stuff here with d4, d5, c4, c6. Okay, knight c3, knight f6. And bishop g5. Okay, so that is an inaccuracy actually. Because after e4 I can maintain the pawn with b5. And in this position I think something like... I kind of forgot here to be honest. Bishop f5 is wrong because of bishop f6, ef6 and e4. But I think something like queen a5 is okay. I'm kind of forgetting to be honest, but I think h6 is also fine. Queen b6, queen c2, queen d4. Let's see. I think bishop e6 is also okay here. Okay, I'll play queen a5 here. I think I played this move once against my friend. And then bishop e4 here. Okay, and I'll play bishop e6. And this seems to be quite good. I can maintain the extra pawn. Okay, so this one, perhaps I take on c3. Yeah, and then I can play b5 next if queen takes. And if not, then maybe queen a6 or play move like c5, I guess. Or I can play b5 here. Very interesting position. Okay, I think I'll give back the pawn here. I don't want to be a greedy guy, and I'll just do this. Try to rip open the center here. And I also gave my knight a good square on c6, so I can take here. And if e takes, then I can play I can take on c4 and rook e8. But in this position, I can take on c4, right? And now the queen has to recapture, and I'm gonna make white like have to waste a few moves because this knight is being pinned right now, and white cannot castle. So perhaps I'll play knight b4 and the rook c8. Okay, so I can play rook c8 in this position. And I think I have some pressure here. Okay, knight b5, knight b4, queen b5. Takes, rook c3, rook c1. So that doesn't look too great. Oh, I did give, yeah, white this move, knight b. Okay, so I guess I'll play queen b4. Yeah, I don't think this is the best. I'm not playing this quite well. Yeah, the problem is that if I play b6, then knight d7 is just a fork. So I probably have to play something like rook c7 here, which is a bit sad, but alright. a5 here. Yeah, okay. So I'm down on time, but I think my position is quite solid here. Okay, this is possible. Yeah, but I think I'll try to bring my king in, and I think this is a pretty good end game if I'm careful here. Knight c2. Okay, I can play knight c6 here. Or I can play b5. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for b5 here. And then a4 perhaps. Prevent any knight b3. And if knight d3, I should maybe be winning here. Okay. a3. Okay, I'll reroute my knight around, I guess. Yeah, I still need to be a bit careful here, because this is the end game and it's very tricky. g4, I'll play g5 maybe. c6 here, I can play a3. Knight b4. Yeah, this is very... oh, I have knight b3 here actually. Is this winning? I think this is winning, because I have a3, a2, a1, queen, right? Yeah, so, and that's gonna be with check also, so that's decisive, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna bring queen check here. Then I should be able to win this pawn or deliver some sort of mate here, and this is mate, yeah. Okay. Yes, we did it. 23-59, yeah? Okay, so that's a pretty nice game. Let me just analyze this because I'm sure a lot of people are curious here. Yeah, that was definitely a draw until some point. I had a very good opening there, but queen a5 is a mistake. Yeah, I know this. So yeah, h6 is best here. And a bishop f6, ef6, then e3 or like e4. Something like f5, yeah? Okay. So I guess this is just the way to play. fe4, knight e4, and bishop e4 check. Yeah. Queen a5 is just like very greedy, I think. But maybe it's fine here. e f6, e3, bishop e4, queen c1, bishop e6, knight e2. Yeah, okay. So maybe the line that white chose is not so good with bishop f6. I am attacking the bishop, but something like knight f3 would have been more solid. With some theory after knight e4, but yeah, overall that's a pretty good game. I definitely messed it up somewhere here. With knight d2 was a pretty strong move, but I played taking on c3, which is inaccurate, so the immediate c5 is pretty strong here. With this variation, which looks pretty good here. But here I thought that I'm just giving myself the... I could play rook c8 here. I think, yeah, it's completely winning, yeah? d5 and takes. Castles, takes, and queen a6. Or queen d4. Yeah, okay, so this is also winning, I guess. Yeah, I completely missed that, actually. I was very fixated on, like, giving my knight a c6 square and applying pressure in the future, but I should have been focused on getting the initiative on the spot there instead of bishop c4, yeah. So, yeah, I was definitely worse at some point here. But rook b1 gives me a5, and after this, I think I'm completely fine. And this is like, I do have an outside pass pawn here, while white does have the central pawn, so it's kind of hard for both of us to make progress here. But I think I managed to find the correct setup here with king a4, and knight takes f7 is just missing my idea with knight b3, and this is very nice. There's also mate in 1 here with queen d4, I guess, but yeah, low on time and things happen. So yeah, I guess that's a pretty good run. Only gave up 1 draw, I think. Yeah, only gave up 1 draw. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, if you enjoyed it, then please drop a like, subscribe, and if you want to see more videos on like live blitz chess or a deep dive on a certain opening, then please do comment below, because I can do research on that specific opening and come up explain the results of what I found. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Everyone, please stay safe and have fun playing chess. Bye bye.